before I put the fingerboard on. That's normally what I do. But this one was different. It's really subtle, this curve. It's like, it's so slight, but it's enough that it's it's as it goes down, it's pushing it out. Okay. Well, let's have it square. Okay. So, let's see. Still needs a bit of finessing. It's not going all the way straight down for whatever reason, but it's in there. So see, that's what we want when I was saying you want it to be. It's not perfect. I need to still do a slight adjustment. It's not lying perfectly flat. There's something that's slightly off, like just a fraction off. And once I get it, then it'll sit in better. But that's what I was saying. It's like you want it to be able to hold just by with friction. So anyway, it does. I'm just going to keep that headstock cut off on the screen right now, but that's going to look good. Might have to sand that down a little bit. I'll see. I'm going to wait again. That neck can come down a little bit, but we'll see when we get the bridge in there if we need to bring it down. So there still might be a few more adjustments. But yeah. Taking shape. It feels good. I like that shape. I really like that shape. The maple leaf there is looking good. Yeah, that's going to be really good. And like I said, it's not too heavy. Yeah, I'm really stoked. And it's not even done. Wait till it gets the spalted maple pickguard on there too. Feels really good. That's the one worry I had. That's why I was fussing. I was fussing so much about the but luckily doing the pool route, that takes off a ton of weight doing the chambering. So that'll be nice and strong too. Yeah. It's all going to tie together. This is actually, right now, it feels lighter than my walnut one. So, still have to do a few adjustments, but for the most part, let me just see, where is my ruler? I'm just going to get a meter stick and just see how centered everything is. Just make sure, just roughly. So I have a center line down the middle of my fingerboard. And see if that lines up with the center of the guitar. The center of the guitar is right here. Yeah. That is, oh, good. That's pretty spot on. Hey, Moonlight Alpha. Okay, you have a good night, Hamel. Hey, Rage Main. So, I'm just going to turn that light off. It's too bright. I'm just getting my neck aligned. So I've got this body is all done. So now it's just lining up the center line down the middle, because the bridge needs to be, this all needs to be centered perfectly. You'll be able to see if your neck isn't centered, it's really obvious, because your strings are straight lines, and they will show everyone if you're off center. So you have to really make sure everything just fits up to here, and then something starts pushing it. Yeah. Okay. Let me see how square it is. You can't see it. But it's just like little finesse things with this stuff. And for the most part, it looks pretty square. I wonder what's throwing it off. That's squared pretty square, except right there. I think that's what's doing it. That's probably what's doing it. So I have to just go in there, file that curve just a little bit more. I think that was it, is I didn't match the curve the whole way through. Because it's the right width, and that's good. Now we'll see if I can get that all in there. All in there. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's lying flat. doesn't, I don't think I have any gaps. That's in there nice and snug. It seems to line up. Excellent. Okay, so everything's flush. I can see it on the neck. Oh, actually, it was flush. When I bolt it, it'll pull it in. Maybe there's something kind of pushing it out. But for the most part, that's good. So, what that means is I can start, I'm just going to trace the line. Where the curve is on this heel. Actually, I have to sand it a little bit. It's a little rough. This heel. So I did this asymmetric, as you can see. On most fenders, it's just square and they have that plate on the back of it. I don't do that. So then I have to, I just put bolts in the back of it. I don't do the plate. So then I have to sand the heel here, see that line? To kind of fit the neck. And then it will be a guitar. Okay. Popped into place before. Now it doesn't want to. It just had it. It just popped right into, there we go. It's a pretty tight fit, so if it doesn't start getting pushed in perfectly, it will misalign, but that's good. It's nice and solid. So I need this curve. So you see I just left this place uncarved because I wanted to wait. So now I can carve the rest of that heel to match this. So I'm just making a few marks. I trace that, and then man, that's in there really tight, and that's good. But pretty stoked. I'm happy with that fingerboard too. If you want to see what that fingerboard is going to look like as well, you can put some mineral spirits on that fingerboard. It's going to match the pickguard a little bit because of the, I don't know, you can kind of see it. It has like two tones kind of running down the middle of it. Because everything else in this thing is so fancy. Like it's got the bird's eye maple burl body, and it's going to have the spalted maple pickguard. That for the fingerboard, I just went with something pretty, I don't know. It's not too fancy. It's just a nice kind of interesting piece of maple with a couple different tones. But it's not figured because everything else is figured. So I felt like the fingerboard didn't have to be figured with everything else. but it's also going to kind of match. The spalt has some kind of darker tones in it too. So get that out. Okay, so that's fitting a neck. So you can see that's all carved into shape now. So I can get that heel done, and then I can at least tomorrow I can get the head plate done, and the neck is pretty much ready to go after that. It won't take too long. I'm gluing up the plate right now. I'm laminating the piece of black underneath of the spalt there. Where is there it is. So next, put this back onto the vise and carve that heel. So there'll be a bit of carving now. So, okay. So far, I'm pleased at the state of things. There was things that you get kind of worried about. You have to be very conscious of, because if certain things don't line up, then you're kind of hooped as far as your build goes. It could be kind of like build ending, like if things are misaligned or something. So far, everything is good. So that's excellent. There hasn't, actually, I don't think I've made any mistakes yet. I've had to make a few minor adjustments to things, but for the most part, no mistakes. So that's good. It's always nice to not screw things up. Yeah. No, I'm home. I'm in the home stretch now. I think it was more of, I was just really worried about a CNC malfunction, which I've had before. Though I've pretty much worked out all the bugs now. I was just like, I'm always a little, I don't know, trepidatious when I'm doing something new. Like this process, I haven't done this before. I haven't done a chambered body yet. And I'm like, okay, I'll do this step, then this step. Actually, if you want to see what the chambers look like, I cut out a test body over here. So I glued a bunch of spruce 2x4s together. So this is what the chambers, I just wanted to test it and make sure that the chambers were all correct. And so that's what's underneath the top. So you can see there, that's what the body was. Then I glued the top on there, and then I did another cut after the top was on, and then cut the neck pocket, the pull route, and the electronics cavity. Also, I had to do this cut before I glued the top on because it's hollow underneath, so I didn't want anything pushing through when it was cutting and breaking in case it might break because it's so delicate. So there was like 3 steps along the way, so I was just making sure everything was done. Like I would test it on the CNC at least once and be like, okay, that's working. Then I go to this, that's working. You know, all those things. So yeah, for the everything's fine. So that's good. Yeah. So just working it out. And now I have a maple body design, an original maple body. So that's good. So that was awesome. So basically, Hemel paid for me to prototype a new body, and I'll probably make more of these. You know. He's stoked because he's going to get the first one. I'm happy I have another body. Everyone wins, and I get content for my stream. So everything works out. So I'm just going to go in with a finer file here and just start getting that all carved out. I might take, actually, where's my other file? I'm either going to, actually, I might just use these rounded files. I might go in with a chisel and just get that line perfect. But this is pretty good too. That's the thing, I use chisels for some things. I know a lot of people, that's kind of their go-to thing. But I find for some reason I just use a lot of rasps when I'm carving. I just find I have more control with the rasps because you slowly take material away. Maybe it takes longer, and that's why like luthiers prefer to just cut it. But I like just rasping the things and get slowly getting the shape I want. I don't know. Maybe it takes longer. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I got time. I got lots of time. I can sit here all night and just carve. I'm just looking for some more sandpaper. I need some 120 grit. Luckily, I bought a big box. Yeah, it is very nice of Hemel. Like I said, he's a patron.